Hi, I'm David McElwain. I'm one of the chaplains here at Cheyenne VA. I'm here for our Cheyenne COVID calming mindfulness time. I'm going to start our timer so that we know that our time's up when it's done, and encourage you to get into a comfortable position with your feet flat on the floor. Begin to breathe with your diaphragm. Perhaps have your hands on your thighs. And if you can, close your eyes or find a place to focus your vision so that you can pay attention to your breathing. We've had a little bit of an unexpected hiatus here. We're going to do this one and maybe one other. And I think then we'll hit the pause button for these mindfulness times, and if we need it we can start it again. If not, you will always have the old ones to refer back to. But I hope during this time of hiatus you have been practicing, because practicing is what helps. It allows us to get a hold of our own thoughts, our own emotions, or get a hold maybe isn't the best way to say it. Maybe the best way to say it would be to let go of them when we need to have some perspective, and to be able to differentiate between what we feel and what perhaps is really happening, or what we think and what perhaps is really happening. And understand that our perceptions and our thoughts, not only are they not us, but they aren't necessarily reality. Sometimes they take us to places that catastrophize or awfulize, or just make it difficult, find the worst possible outcome and dwell on that when it hasn't happened and very likely will not happen. So when we take some time to be mindful, to give ourselves some space and think about what comes up in our mindfulness, to meditate on it and determine how it may or may not be helpful to us where we're at, whether we need to hold on to it or let go of it. When we take some time to look at what's happened from that perspective, that distance, and realize that we have survived many things, the mindfulness time that we have gives us a chance to be calm, to calm ourselves, to quiet those things that are running around demanding our attention, to simply be in the moment, which allows us that ability to get perspective, to think again or let go of the thoughts, to feel or let go of the feelings, to understand that as much as we may be tied up in what's happening is not us. And we can survive so many things, that we can be who we are, whether things around us are falling apart or not. Doesn't mean that we have to fall apart, doesn't mean that we have to respond in ways that aren't helpful. So this mindfulness time actually not only helps us, but it helps us to help others. Because if we're not part of the solution, we very often are part of the problem. So being able to be in charge of ourselves, to be mindful of who we are and what's happening, allows us to add to the solution and not add to the problem. I hope you've been continuing to breathe and pay attention to your breathing during this time. And I hope that the mindfulness that you achieve assists you in being who you need to be and in dealing with the pandemic. Our time's up for today, so I'd encourage you to take one last deep breath, release it, open your eyes if they're closed, and be ready to move forward and meet the next thing in your day. Thanks for being here.